Okay, so most of you guys already know what water retention is. It's basically like when you start a new diet, maybe, or you just don't eat anything for a day or something like that, you can lose a few kilos, and the people would be like, normal people would be like, oh my God, I lost 4 kilos in a day. Is that fat? It's just water weight. And you can gain a lot of water weight if you eat a lot of carbs, if your salt intake is pretty high, and if you don't hydrate yourself enough, so your body is retaining more water. And also, you can become more puffy just with lack of sleep, some bad things in the diet that are like some useless carbs, basically. And here is what you want to do if you just want to quickly get rid of water retention, literally like in 2 days. So if you want to do that, I'll just do exactly what I did in the past few days, which was just cutting out carbs for a few days. And what happens if you do this is that you're probably gonna lose like 2, 3, 4 kilos, and it will be water weight. You won't really lose much fat because the point isn't to lose like a fat, muscle, whatever. It's just the point of it is to become less puffy, to become more defined when you look at the mirror. So you want to cut out the carbs for those few days, and you will notice that you look much more defined. But also, what you will notice is that if you do a workout and you didn't eat any carbs for a few days, your pump will suck. Your pump will be shit. So that's why you do loading the next day. So I mean, a few days after. So let's say here's what I did. The last 5 days, I cut out carbs. I was just eating eggs, meat, and some dairy, and like some simple vegetables that don't have a lot of carbs. And after I was eating probably less than 20 or 30 grams of carbs per day, which is like almost non-existent. And then today I did a little bit of carb loading. So I ate some like low sugar biscuits or something. Then I will eat like rice and potatoes pretty soon. So I load up on carbs. So I almost started looking puffy again just from eating, from drinking a lot of water, intaking more salt, and having more carbs today. But it's just like the reaction of the body when you intake carbs after a lot of days. And the sugar spike in your blood is pretty high also, so I was pretty tired for a few hours after eating carbs. So you should be expecting that kind of thing. But I did lose like 2 kilos of water, and when I was looking at the mirror this morning, like fuck, I was really, really defined, and the pump was pretty much non-existent. So what happens is that you just the last day or last 2 days, I think bodybuilders before a show, maybe 3 days before the show, they will start loading up on carbs after a big cut where they lose all the water, they lose fat and everything. And then when you carb up, the day of like competition or anything else, maybe you want to look more chiseled on a date or for recording a video or for anything else. On the day before, what I recommend is just eating more carbs, doing a workout, drinking more water, and tomorrow, on the day that you are doing the special event, you want to not drink water probably, because when you don't drink that water but you are carved up and you maybe do a workout, you will look pumped up without having excess water in you. So that is something that I think most bodybuilders do this before a show. So they will just have a cut where they get rid of the water. They will not intake a lot of carbs sometime before, like maybe a week or two, and then they will carb up before. That's called almost like carb loading before the competition, like 2 days before. And then on the day, I think they won't really drink any kind of water or any kind of liquid. So yeah, and they will get just pumped up before the competition. So this is like what you want to do if you want to almost like look chiseled for a few days without actually like losing much weight or muscle or anything. It's just getting rid of the water quickly. So it's just cutting out carbs, then carb loading, and not intaking water the day that you want to look chiseled. So yeah, that's something that I do sometimes when I want, and it's nothing too extreme. When it gets extreme is these bodybuilders who take unnatural diuretics and then they get rid of too much water, which is unnatural. Obviously, it's like the same as steroids. So that's not good for the body, definitely, because they get rid of like all water, which is not good. But if you do it naturally this way, just cutting out carbs, it's fully natural and everything. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. See you tomorrow.